Hi guys, Mark here, Director of Instruction at Chichester Golf Academy and also World's Best Golf Destinations, and welcome to another video tip. Guys, if you're new to my channel, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Also thumbs up the video and post your comments below. Let me know what you're currently working on in your golf, and any video tips that you'd like me to do for you, then please post those comments below. But in today's video tip, we're going to talk about how to practice golf when you're at the range. I see so many people go to a range, whether it be a sort of a practice ground outside or a driving range. A lot of golfers, they tend to get to the range, they get their driver out, and that's the first club they start hitting. Now, if ever you've been to sort of like a European Tour event or a PGA Tour event, one thing you'll notice with the pros, quite often they'll start around the putting green, where they'll just basically be hitting a few little chip shots around the putting green. They'll then hit a few putts, then they'll go to the range. Now, once they get to the range, they're not hitting drivers straight away, they're literally hitting a wedge. And they'll hit a few wedge shots where literally they'll just be pitching the ball out there, maybe sort of 20 yards out there in front of them, 30 yards out there in front of them. They're not really sort of target focused right now. All they're doing is they're just basically waking up their golf swing. That's all they're doing, is just making a few swings, getting a little bit of feel into their arms and their hands, getting a bit more sort of feel into the strike of the ball off the club face. So they'll just hit a few shots like that to start with, and it won't be until they've hit maybe half a dozen of those where they now say, okay, well, again, not really target focused, I'm just going to make some slightly longer swings. So now just sort of go up to sort of half wedge shots, and again they'll probably hit, say, 5 or 6 of those, and once they've hit 5 or 6 of those shots, then they'll start to move up to a slightly longer club. And that's when they're going to start to get more sort of target focused. So after they've hit a few wedges, they might go to a 9-iron, or they might go to an 8-iron. So I'm just going to pull my 8-iron out here. And then they're going to get a little bit more sort of target focused. So again, they might hit, say, 2 or 3 shots where they're not really sort of aiming at targets. They're just getting into their posture positions and making a few swings. Just hitting a few shots out there. Just basically, like I say, really starting to wake up their golf swing. Now again, after a few shots of those, then they'll get to be a little bit more target specific, where 8-irons, those guys are probably carrying their 8-irons 160-ish, so they'll start aiming at sort of targets out there, sort of 160 out, and that's when they're going to start to sort of take note of how they are striking it, if they are hitting the target, whether they need to make any sort of adjustments in their sort of setup positions and so on and so on. So that's how these guys are warming up. They start with their wedges, they'll then move up to their 8-iron, they'll hit a few 8-irons, they'll start to get target focused, then they'll move up to a 6-iron, and then maybe down to a 4-iron, a few fairway woods, and then they get their driver out, then they let a few go with the driver. And then they'll probably sort of end their sort of practice session again with maybe a few 8-irons, something like that, and then they'll take themselves back to the putting green, where they'll do a little bit more chipping around the green, and then they'll do a little bit more putting. But it's just food for thought, guys. So next time you're at the range, go through this routine. Start with a few wedge shots, just chip a few little wedge shots out there, then hit a few slightly longer wedge shots, then move to an 8-iron, start to hit a few full 8-iron shots. Don't get target conscious to start with. Wake up your golf swing, hit a few 8-irons, then start to get sort of target focused. Again, you might want to lay an alignment cane down. I know that I've got the Joy of the Mat here, which has got the white cross on it, but again, you can always lay an alignment cane down where you are starting to sort of focus more on your body alignment and really starting to get into that good setup position. And then once you've hit a few sort of 8-irons where you're sort of focusing on target, move to a 6-iron, move to a 4-iron, move to some fairway woods, then get the driver out, hit a few drives out there, and then come all the way back down to an 8-iron again to finish your practice. That's how the pros are sort of practicing, that's how they're warming up, and that's how you should warm up too. Guys, hope you enjoyed this little video tip. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to post your comments below, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's completely free, and I really appreciate your support. Many thanks for watching.